Feeling hungry? You're supposed to. At least that's what clinical research has shown, that red and yellow stimulate the appetite. And if you're developing a logo for a fast food franchise that's multinational, you're not going to guess when it comes to color. You're going to make decisions based on research and based on knowledge. As with type, color becomes the message itself. It affects human behavior and perceptions in ways that can be very interesting. Sometimes they're stereotypical, sometimes there's cliche involved, but color is extremely powerful. Let's talk about what we can do with color as designers. You already know, or you may have heard that supposedly traffic police watch red cars, drivers in red cars more closely than white cars. Why is that? Well, there's this sort of belief that drivers in red cars are a bit more aggressive. They're obsessed with speed. That goes along with the color red, danger, passion, excitement. Let's talk about the broad colors, the colors that we most typically work with, and how those affect our perception and what we associate with those colors, and we'll move on from there. Green typically goes along with fertility, growth, safety, and harmony. Big color these days because of sustainability. Red, energy, passion, power, danger, sex. Orange, creativity, success, the arts. Yellow, happiness, intellect, youth. And blue, wisdom, faith, security, and comfort. So we kind of know these things already about color. We can observe those as we look around us, and we know that financial institutions, for example, predominantly use blue because it's associated with safety and with wealth. But why do you suppose British Petroleum uses green and yellow in their logo? The Rolling Stones, red in their logo. Make sense? I think so. How about JBL, a company that makes acoustic equipment and supports musicians? And Sunrun. What other color could you pick for a company that does solar installations? Ford Motor Company, all about the blue. GM, the big car makers love blue because blue feels like it's trustworthy, reliable, authoritative, and there's safety. It's what you want in a car maker. Ferrari, not so much. Red. The fact is, there are a lot of cliches about color, but there's also a lot of truth about color. Knowing how color works and how people perceive color is a huge part of designing well. I'll bet if we were doing a logo for a dentist, we'd be fired, as well we should, for using these colors. We don't want to visit to the dentist to feel exciting or dangerous. We want to use these colors instead. There's really no other choice. If you're designing a logo for a dentist, you want it to feel safe and calming. If I'm designing a letterhead for my business and I'm doing creative marketing and graphic design, I want colors that reflect that. But if my business is doing investment advising, working with people's money, then I'm going to use different colors that reflect that. Is every project this sensitive to color? Of course not. Now, sometimes we can play with color and do all sorts of wonderful things. But just know that color affects how people feel, just like type, about our message. It becomes the message itself. That brings up our best design practices number 5, use color with intention. Don't just guess. Do your homework, study up before you pick a color.